In a prior video, I posed a question where our Philia Exuberant Shepherd is attached with a Dog Umbra in our main phase, and then moves to combat against a tapped Karlach with Lightning Greaves. On attack, Philia's ability triggers, allowing us to exile target non-land permanent, and we target our Dog Umbra. We deal damage to the opponent as they have no blockers. We move to the beginning of our end step. The Dog Umbra returns from exile. What happens next? This is a wildly fun and weird interaction that you actually might know, but I just learned about a few weeks ago. Here's how I've come to sort of understand how it functions. Now, for the uninitiated, you may think it re-enters the battlefield and it maybe has to target Philia, or maybe it just explodes on re-entry. And logically, I get where you're coming from on this one, it makes a lot of sense. But in this case, there is a sneaky way that the rules seem to sort of bend, and this is listed in Rule 303.4. If an aura is entering the battlefield under a player's control by any means other than by resolving as an aura spell, and the effect putting it onto the battlefield doesn't specify the object or player the aura will enchant, that player chooses what it will enchant as the aura enters the battlefield. The player must choose a legal object or player according to the aura's enchantability and any other applicable effects. Because something is only a spell when it's taken from where it is, you place it on the stack and then pay its costs. In this case, the aura is not being cast, it is entering from exile, so it's not a spell. Additionally, the final line that says, quote, "the player must choose a legal object or player," end quote. This just specifically means that you have to enchant whatever the card specifies is enchantable. So in this case, the Dog Umbra states creature. So any creature is technically legal, even if it has Hexproof or Shroud. Hexproof and Shroud don't make it an illegal target. This is further evidenced by Brago, King Eternal's ruling here. This says, if you exile an aura with Brago's last ability, the aura's owner chooses what it will enchant as it comes back onto the battlefield. An aura put onto the battlefield this way doesn't target anything, so it could be attached to an opponent's permanent with Hexproof, for example, and the aura's enchantability restricts what it can be attached to. The aura can't enter the battlefield enchanting a permanent that enters the battlefield at the same time, and if the aura can't legally be attached to anything, it remains exiled. So more specifically, let's go over, quote, "an aura put onto the battlefield this way doesn't target anything, parentheses, so it could be attached to an opponent's permanent with Hexproof, for example." Karlach is a creature, so as far as I understand the rules, that's a legal target. So you can move the Dog Umbra to Karlach as it comes back from exile, making it so that Karlach cannot attack or block until they successfully remove that enchantment. Is this an effective answer? I mean, not necessarily. Karlach still has their ability that triggers on attack, whether or not she specifically attacks. So in another world, you could be playing Brago and Blinken eaten by piranhas that is on another creature you own, placing that on Karlach and removing her abilities, and then that would be a very fun trick. So what did you think of this interaction? What did I miss? I'm bound to miss something here, so did I miss anything? Of course, we're all learning together here, so feel free to post your weird rules questions down below, and we will come together to figure it out. Of course, this has been Dylan with Top Deck Tech. Please enjoy your Magic games and be kind to each other.